You're not going to be able to influence everybody, every time, everywhere. What you will be able to do is increase your win rate dramatically. And here's how you do that. So what's happening here is that their senses are stronger than your sales points. A lot of our decisions aren't made on competency. So if it's not competency, what is it? It's chemistry. I make a living working with executives and helping them open doors and close deals. He's a very competitive, accomplished CEO of a publicly traded company. He says, Melinda, I'd like to play tennis with you sometime. My face looked like that. Now let's vote. Green flags, I let him win. Yellow flags, I play my hardest. The reason we have to sweat the small stuff is because small stuff influences big decisions. What can you do to influence decisions before the meeting, before they even see you? It's actually one of the most powerful times to influence someone. How do you know the difference between manipulation and influence? We would start talking about how strong we were and how powerful we were as a resource. So in a sense, we saw ourselves like this. We were flexing our muscles. But while we saw ourselves like this, here's how the prospect saw us. We were the crazy, weird characters chasing them. Here's how that process looks when you're in a competitive review. It's not about the deal makers, it's about the deal breakers in the first 4 minutes. Are you ready to rumble?
Ready. Picture Versailles. This incredible guy. from antiquity, really. Based on my age.
Sean, as soon as I saw that, I was thinking Versailles. I was once talking to 2 partners. Both of them had their names on the door. One of them was a little older, senior. His name was on first. And they were talking about engaging me on a project. And I was trying to figure it out. And then a sign from above. The young guy did this. And I knew he was the boss. A science study on boys and girls and how we're socialized differently. And what they did is they took a glass of lemonade, and in the recipe where it called for sugar, they poured in salt. And then one by one, they had these little 9-year-olds come in, and they gave them the lemonade. So here's how the boys reacted. Yuck, this is terrible. What about the girls? No, the girls drank it. And they said one of the little girls was like choking it down, and she literally says to the reporter, "Did you make up this recipe yourself?" How long does it take for someone to form an opinion of you? We're going to do a little experiment right now. We're going to see how long it takes you to form an opinion. I'm going to show you 2 candidates for Parliament from 2001. If you already know the results, please don't vote. How many would vote for candidate B? You can predict elections. You have magical powers. So what's happening? You're making a quick judgment within a few seconds, and we're not even aware that we're making those quick, what Malcolm Gladwell called blink decisions. This is a story about Henry Kissinger from one of his former aides. And he talked about when he was Kissinger's aide before we opened the door to China. And he was asked to write the policy paper for that. So he takes it, he works really hard on it, gets to the office early, puts it on his desk, he's so proud, and Kissinger kind of barely looks up from his work and says, "Is this the best you can do?" This goes on till Winston Lord was on his 9th version. So this time, he doesn't put it on the desk before Kissinger comes in. He waits till Kissinger comes in. He proudly puts it on his desk and he said, "Here's the policy paper." And Kissinger said, "Is this really the best you can do?" And he said, "You know, Henry, this is absolutely the best I can do." And Kissinger very casually looks at him and says, "In that case, I guess I'll read it." But here's the thing, that case is used in negotiations classes because what they found, if you just say, you don't have to say it 9 times, by the way, 1 time's fine, but is this the best you can do? 85% of the time, you're going to get a better outcome. And that's the power of influence.